characters no more.
All right.
So, just wait till Mr. Elf gives you a look at him. Trojan Sports Network is on the air, live from Veterans Memorial Field, Trojan Stadium, for a non-league contest featuring the Upper Dauphin area Trojans and the Camp Hill Lions. My name is Joey Trentley, and tonight I will be with Casey Wise and Kalen Rigner. Tonight we are excited to bring you the inaugural broadcast of the Trojan Sports Network, featuring the 2014 season opener of Trojan football. We want to thank those of you who are watching us at udasports.org, and we're going to step away for a few commercials, and we will be back in time for you to enjoy the Trojan Marching Band. Welcome back to the Trojan Sports Network for our first ever live broadcast of Trojan football. I'm Joey Trentley, and I'm joined tonight by Casey Wise and Kalen Rigner. First off this evening, we have the UDA Trojan Marching Band, led by Miss Elaine Kramer. Their performance opens with the Come Sail Away featuring trumpet soloist Nicole Shade and dance soloist Brittany Baker. The second selection for the show is the Pirates of the Caribbean. The Trojans will close the evening with a Lost at Sea, featuring clarinet soloist Vanessa Vilovich and color guard soloist Daisy Hoover. The UDA band is led by senior Vanessa Vilovich and drum major junior Brenna Huffman. We're going to step away and let you enjoy the Trojan Marching Band perform on the High Seas.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Upper Dauphin Area Trojan Marching Band is proud to present their 2014 field show, On the High Seas. Trumpet soloist Nicole Shade and dance soloist Brittany Baker lead the band's invitation to come sail away with the Marching Trojans. Shortly after our voyage begins, we are attacked by pirates of the Caribbean. Fortunately, we will come out unscathed, but lost at sea. Our feelings of despair expressed by clarinet soloist Vanessa Volovich and color guard soloist Daisy Hoover. But what's that over there? Our drumline announces the sighting of a new world on the horizon. Don't worry about us. We're excited to explore it. The 2014 Marching Trojans are under the field leadership of Senior Drum Major Vanessa Volovich, Junior Drum Major Brenna Huffman, Drum Captain Keith Starr, and Color Guard Captain Courtney Schaefer. The band is under the direction of Missy Lane Kramer, assisted by Mr. John Cool. Color Guard design and instruction is by Miss Emily Kramer. The band members would like to recognize the parents of the UDA band boosters for their tremendous support of our program. The band staff, and boosters would also like to thank the faculty, administration, school board, and community of the Upper Dauphin Area School District for its support of the arts and music education. Please sit back, relax, and join the UDA Marching Band for a voyage on the high seas. Is the band ready? You may take the field for your performance.
Mom. Do it right. I have confidence in you. What's up, buddy? Good. Yes. Nicole had one. Heather. What? Do you have one? Yeah, right here. Either there or up here too. That's Heather.
Welcome back to tonight's broadcast on the Trojan Sports Network. I'm Joey Trentley. Now let's check with Kaylin Rickner. Oh, hope you enjoyed the UDA marching band. We're gonna take a short break, and we'll be back with the game preview. Welcome back to tonight's broadcast on the Trojan Sports Network. I'm Joey Trentley. Now let's check with Kaylin Rickner on what happened last year when these two teams met.
Last year, Camp Hill, Bill Williams rushed for 167 yards with 2 scores and also had a 60-yard reception for a touchdown as Camp Hill won 45-29 over Upper Dauphin on Friday night. Williams gave the Lions a 7-0 lead midway through the first quarter with a 65-yard touchdown run, and then broke a 14-14 tie a few minutes later in the third quarter with a 50-yard scoring run. A little after that, he took a pass from Michael Schuster and had a 60-yard touchdown. Khalil Abashi's scoring run with 4 minutes and 15 seconds left in the quarter built the lead 38-14. Upper Dauphin's Mac 9 threw for 336 yards and 1 score, and Tanner Miller also ran for another. The Trojans left the field and thought they were defeated. The result was reversed later in the year when it was discovered the Lions had used an ineligible receiver, and the Trojans were awarded a 2-0 victory.
We're going to take a quick break, and we will be back with your starting lineups for the visiting Camp Hill Lions for tonight's game. Welcome back to tonight's broadcast on the Trojan Sports Network. I'm Joey Trentley. Now let's check back in with Kalen Rigner for the Camp Hill starting lineup.
Tonight, Camp Hill will be running a 3-5-3 defense. Their defensive tackler is Zachary Kuntz, nose guard Brandon Tomo, defensive end Austin Simpson. Their outside linebackers will be Deshaun Franklin and Billy Williams. Their three linebackers will be Corey Becker, Kyle Rimmon, Jack Williams. Their cornerbacks will be Logan Valletti and John Paul Kimport. The free safety will be Michael Hope. On offense, they will be starting at tackle Austin Simpsons, guard John Williamson, center George Macy, guard Corey Becker, tackle Sean Ebach, tight end Michael Hope. The wide receiver will be Logan Valletti, quarterback Michael Schuster, fullback Kyle Rimming, running back Billy Williams. Their kicker is Alex Gilliu.
Thanks for the preview of the Camp Hill Lions. Let's take a quick break and come back with the starting lineups for the Upper Dauphin Trojans. You're watching the Trojan Sports Network.
To pace and bills.
Welcome back to tonight's broadcast on the Trojan Sports Network. I'm Joey Trentley. Now let's check back in with Kalen Rigner for the Upper Dauphin Trojans starting lineups.
Starting lineups for Upper Dauphin's defense will be defensive tackle Matt Dietrich and Dakota Weiss. Nose guard will be Cody Zerby. Cornerbacks will be Alex Uller and Peyton Barge. Outside linebackers will be Cole Zimmerman and Ethan Shell. Inside linebackers will be Cole Reed and Coy Rickert. Their safety will be Aaron Cleveland. Their free safety will be Drake Lenker. And their extra player you might see a lot, Tanner Miller. Their offense will be tackle Cole Zimmerman and Dakota Weiss. Guards are Mason Bellis and Matthew Dietrich. The center is Cody Zerby. The tight end is Ethan Shell. Wide receivers are Alex Uller and Tanner Miller. Quarterbacks Aaron Cleveland. Fullback is going to be Cole Reed. Running back is Cameron Fornwald. And their other cornerback / wide receivers, Drake Lenker. Lastly, the kicker and point after touchdown is Tanner Miller.
Thanks for the preview of the Trojans, Kalen. Now let's take a quick break to pay some bills and come back with your opening kickoff. You're watching the Trojan Sports Network. Welcome back to the Trojan Sports Network. We're just waiting here as the teams have just taken the field and begun their warm-up stretches.
We'll be back after a few short breaks.
During their time at Upper Dauphin.
And we're back with the coin toss.
Looks like Camp Hill has deferred the second half, and the Upper Dauphin Trojans will receive.
as the national anthems and the all-rounder have concluded, we are ready for the start of Trojan football.
Right now, it looks like the Trojans have a pretty good chance of winning. They were only down a 1-point deficit in the paper today.
Yeah, that's right, Kellen. Ready to kick off week 1 here. These teams met last year down at Camp Hill.
Yeah, and a surprising thing that the Camp Hill Lions had to forfeit the game.
Yeah, that they had an ineligible player that they didn't know about, and they had to report a week later for it.
That was, I think, one of the Trojans' best games last year. They played pretty good that game.
Trojans overall lost in the score, but they still ended up playing a very good game, scoring almost like 30 points.
Yeah, that was one of their best passing nights on the season. I think tonight they're going to have to watch out for the quarterback, and especially that running back they have.
Yep, Bill Williams is one of the stars on Camp Hill. Trojans will line up to receive the kickoff tonight. We'll have Alex Uhler and Tanner Miller back to receive.
Tanner looks pretty short out there.
Yeah, very speedy though.
Yeah.
Good crowd attending the game tonight here at Trojan Stadium. Camp Hill will take the field and line up to kick off.
Looks like Alex Goulier for the Camp Hill Lions will take the kickoff.
See if the Trojans receiving to start off the game can spark something here.
Yeah, I think Tanner could light a spark real quick with the speed.
The Lions back. And here's the kick, and we are underway here from Trojan Stadium. Good kick down to the end zone, received by Uhler. Back in the end zone for a touchback. The Trojans will start out at the 20-yard line.
I was kind of lucky for the Trojans for it to be a touchback. Looked like Alex Uhler kind of mishandled that one out there.
Yep, and Camp Hill got good penetration down there and looked like they were going to stop him. Well, the Trojans will start out on offense here.
On that kickoff, the Camp Hill Lions looked like they were a pretty speedy team out there.
So Alex Uhler and Tanner Miller out to the left to receive. Pistol formation. Aaron Cleveland is your quarterback for tonight's matchup, and it looks like Cameron Fornwald in the backfield for the Trojans. Camp Hill playing with 4 guys up front. Oh, looks like an early false start here.
Looks like a false start by Matthew Dietrich out there. And it is.
Just first game early jitters he got there.
Yeah, I think he was ready to go on that one. Only 5 yards, still first down, 15 yards.
So it's 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. 1st and 15. Same formation here from the Trojans. Miller comes in motion. Cleveland takes the snap. Handoff is to Fornwald. Fornwald looks to pick up about 3 yards on the carry.
Looked like the Trojans offensive line got pretty good penetration, but the Camp Hill Lions were all just right there up the middle, ready to get him.
We saw in the scrimmage against Warrior Run, Cole Reed running the ball. That was due to an injury of Cameron Fornwald, but Fornwald is back and ready to play for tonight's game.
Yeah, the Trojans got a couple of key players they got back off injuries.
Tight end Ethan Shell is back as well.
Yep, so is Jackson Kennerly.
So now Miller and Uhler and Fornwald to the left, and Cole Reed is in the backfield now for the Trojans. Cleveland takes the snap, fumbles it, goes it right into Cole Reed's lap, and Cole Reed takes the pile for about 5 yards or so, and he moves the chains for a first down.
This is going to be a long third down right here. I expect them to probably use a pass right here. It's 3rd and 9 for the Trojans. Looked like Drake Lanker was in on that play. Alex Uhler's back in on the play.
So we have Alex Uhler out to the right, Miller out to the right, Fornwald in the slot, Reed in the backfield, and Cleveland taking the snaps. Another botched snap. Cleveland has to roll out to his right. He's looking for some blocking, finds some room, and only picks up about 3 or 4 yards. That won't do it, so the Trojans will be forced to punt here early on.
Yeah, it looked like a couple of these snaps so far haven't been the greatest.
been low so far.
Yeah. Looked like Cole Reed got a pretty good blocker. That would have been a really big blow-up play.
So the Trojans send out the punting unit. Bill Williams is back deep to receive, along with
Logan Valtiel.
Cole Reed, punter. Reed gets a nice punt.
That's a really far punt.
Really good punt down to the Camp Hill 30. It's botched. He touched it. Lanker almost got it there. Williams picks it up. He's going around the outside. Williams is finding some blocking. He's at the 30. He's going to midfield. He's past midfield. Williams is going down, and he will take it to the house. Camp Hill up top early on the botched punt. What looked like the Trojans were going to get back at the Camp Hill 30.
Yeah, that's one player they really got to watch tonight, at Bill Williams. I think the Trojans knew coming in the game that he was their best player, and he showed it right there on his first play. Get the ball in his hands.
Unbelievable speed, and he got great blocking downfield, used the sideline to his advantage, and
just looked like Drake Lenker was going to tackle him there about the 25, 30-yard line.
Just simple mistakes hurt the Trojans early on. Camp Hill will line up to take the extra point with 9:29 left here in the first quarter.
Alex Gallier is on for the point after.
And the kick is up. Through the uprights and good. So Camp Hill takes a 7-0 lead. And we're going to take a short break, and we'll be back right after this message. And we are back with the Trojan Sports Network here. Camp Hill scores early off of a punt return to the house by Bill Williams. 9:29 left here in the first quarter. Camp Hill's looking to kick off. Trojans are receiving yet again. Uhler and Miller back there for him.
Looks like the Trojans are starting off just where they started the game. Seems like just about 2 or 3 minutes ago.
So Gallagher will kick it off here for Camp Hill. Another good kick downfield. Looks like Tanner Miller will get the ball this time. Right at the end of the end zone. He's going to bring it back. Miller's out to the 20. He gets some good blocking going to the outside. He breaks a tackle, and he gets to about the 30-yard line. So good return there from Tanner.
Yeah, that was a really good return starting at the touchdown line. He broke a couple tackles on that one.
Yeah, using the stiff arm to his ability. So let's see if the Trojans can get something going here on offense, starting from their own 30-yard line.
Looks like the ball is spotted on the right side. I wonder what the Trojans will do this time going up the field differently than they did the first drive.
Well, there's a lot of options. They can run the ball to open up the pass. They can, But we have Miller here to the right, Uhler to the left. Pistol formation with Fornwald in the backfield. Cleveland takes the snap, hands it off to Fornwald. He finds a hole, and he's going. He gets about 5 yards on the carry. Nice little run there by Cameron Fornwald.
Yeah, that was a real good block by Dakota Weiss if you saw him. He pushed his defensive tackle right out of the way for Cameron to come through for about a gain of 5.
Uhler is off the field now, and Drake Lanker enters the offensive game.
I'm surprised they haven't used the pass much so far. In the scrimmage earlier, they've really used the pass.
Mm-hmm. So it looks like the same formation here, except Lanker is out to the right, and Miller is down to the left. Cleveland takes the snap, handoff to Fornwald again. He goes left, cuts back right, and he's met by a bunch of Camp Hill defenders for, looks like, a 1-yard gain.
Yeah, number 77, their nose guard, Brandon Tomey, had Cameron Fornwad's shirt caught in his hands.
This Camp Hill defense looks humongous, Kalen.
Yeah, they are a lot bigger than our Trojan offense. Our Trojan offense isn't that big, but Camp Hill is really big tonight.
So we got 8 minutes left here in the first quarter. 7-0 Camp Hill, and we got Tanner Miller out to the right, Fornwald in the slot, and Uller out left with Cole Reed in the backfield. Cleveland takes snap. It's a pass. He's looking downfield. He throws it up for Ethan Shell. Pass intended for Ethan Shell downfield. Overthrew him out of bounds.
I think maybe if he would have kept running that, I think it would have still been out of bounds, but that was a pretty good throw by Cleveland. He had a lot of good pass protection on that one.
He had a lot of good time, and it looked like he rushed it there a little. He was trying to just get rid of the ball.
Yeah, with the Camp Hill Wildcats defense had real good blocking on our wide receivers.
So now it's 4th down and about 10. 4th and 7, and Trojans are going to go back to punt. Tanner Miller back to punt now. Good punt from Miller. Bounces at about the Camp Hill 40-yard line where Matt Dietrich is there to pick it up. So Camp Hill will take over on their own 40-yard line, and we're going to take a short break when we come back. And we're back. Camp Hill starting on their own 40-yard line with about 7 minutes and 36 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Looked like our Trojan defense will play about a 5-1 here.
Camp Hill lines up with 2 receivers to both sides and Bill Williams in the backfield. Schuster fakes the handoff to Williams. Looks like play action. They're going downfield. They're going big right away. Ball is just through the hands of the receiver downfield. Peyton Barge with the coverage.
Yeah, that was a real good fake by their quarterback right there. He had me fooled.
Nice thrown ball there by Schuster, just right through the hands.
That was a real good throw. Perfect spiral right to him, just right through his hands.
Michael Hope couldn't come up with that reception. 2nd and 10 from Camp Hill's own 40-yard line. Looks like they're gonna go with 5 receiver set, single shotgun formation. Schuster takes the snap. They're looking to go deep again. This time the ball is caught down at the Trojan 20-yard line. Pickup of about 30 yards here for Camp Hill. Logan Valetti on the catch.
That was a real good throw to Logan Valetti. He's pretty fast out there.
The Trojan secondary can't figure out how to stop this Camp Hill pass game. They could be in for a long game, Kalen.
Yeah, they sure could. Looked like he had a lot of speed out there. They're real good blocking for their offensive line.
And it's going to be 1st and 10 from the Trojan 20, and they're going to go with the same formation, single shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the right, 3 to the left. They're going to challenge the Trojan secondary. And Schuster takes the snap, and he throws the ball over the middle again, and it's caught there. Caught there by Zachary Kuntz down to about the Trojan goal line.
Yeah, they're making real quick work of this. 3 or 4 plays right here, and they're down to the goal line already.
Drake Lanker came up with the tackle there for the Trojans. First and goal from the 1 here.
That catch was by a freshman, 6'7" freshman. He's a pretty big guy for a freshman.
So Camp Hill looks like they'll go with the pistol formation and Bill Williams in the backfield. Schuster takes the snap and hands it off to Williams. Brought down nicely there by the Trojan defense.
They really did a real good job. They knew where the ball was going.
And it's a loss of 1 on the play for Camp Hill. So the Trojan defensive line getting good penetration through the offensive line of Camp Hill.
Yep, very good penetration.
So now we got 2nd and 2 on the Trojan 2, and they do play action, looking to the outside, and the ball is caught there by Kyle Remig for another Camp Hill touchdown. So Camp Hill up here 13-0 early on in the first quarter.
Kyle Remig is a big senior, 6 foot, 225. He's a big guy.
So Camp Hill will line up here to take the extra point, see if they can make it 14-0 with 6:12 here left in the first quarter. Ball snapped, and ball's up in the air, and it is no good. Wide right it looked to be. So good break there for the Trojans as it still remains 13-0. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back. And we're back here from Trojans, Veterans Memorial Field, Trojan Stadium. Camp Hill leads the Trojans 13-0 here with 6:12 left in the first quarter, and they're going to kick off as Tanner Miller and Alex Uller are back to receive for the third time already, Kalen.
Yeah, I'm just real surprised. Third time in 6 minutes. Gallagher's going to kick off again.
He's gotten the 2 kickoffs that he's taken real deep back to the end zone there.
Yeah, both are pretty far.
And it looks like this one's going to go to the same thing. This time Alex Uller back to receive, and he gets it clean. And he's running, trying to find some blocking room. And Uller takes it to about the Trojan 30 like Tanner Miller last time.
Yeah, it looked deja vu all over again.
So the Trojans will take over with pretty good field position here. They'll start on their own 30-yard line.
Hopefully it's not deja vu for like the last drive they had. Let's hope they can pick up some big yards and the score on this drive.
Trojans need an early score here to boost up their confidence.
Yeah, it looks like their morale's a little down right now.
So they got Uller to the left and Tanner Miller to the right. Looks like Cleveland's going to line up shotgun formation with 2 guys to his one to his right, one to his left, and Fornwald in the backfield. He hands it off to Fornwald. Fornwald finds a nice hole, but then gets bumped by his own offensive lineman, and he looks about lost a yard on the play.
Yeah, that defensive lineman on top of our offensive lineman, he looked a lot bigger than our offensive lineman, and he just got a hand in there and stopped Cameron.
Fornwald not the biggest running back either.
No, he is not. I think that the Trojans, if he would have got away from that one, he would have had some pretty big pickups like last drive.
So it's 2nd and 9 from the Trojan 32. Cleveland back there with Reed in the backfield, Fornwald, Miller, and Drake Lanker to the right. Cleveland's going to take the ball himself, and he finds a hole, and Cleveland picks up a nice gain of about 6 yards.
That was a real good play right there. He had a big hole with Cole Reed in front of him blocking.
The Trojans can find these holes. They seem to be picking up yards little by little.
Yeah, I think the more they run the ball outside, the better they'll do, because a couple times they ran up the middle, their defensive tackles really held them up.
So Lanker comes off, and Uller goes back onto the field for Upper Dauphin. They're going to come out with Uller to the left and Miller to the right. Again, Cleveland back in the shotgun formation. And he's got Fornwald in the backfield with him. He hands it off to Fornwald. Fornwald finds a little hole, but gets brought down and goes nowhere by the Camp Hill defense.
Yeah, that Bill Williams had the tackle right there. Both about the same size. I'll be surprised to see if the Trojans go for this one or not. Looks like they'll take time to think about it.
Now, Trojans are going to take a timeout, and we'll be right back with 13-0 here, Camp Hill, 4:26 left in the first quarter. And we're back here at Trojans Stadium, and we are bringing this to you by the Trojan Sports Network. 4:26 left here in the first quarter. Camp Hill up 13-0. Trojans took a quick timeout to decide if they're going to go for it. They have a 4th and 1 on their own 40.
I think Coach Bell looks like he'll go for this one.
Yep. Cleveland's still out there, and the Trojans are going 3 receivers to the left.
It's a pretty early game right now, so it's a good idea to go for it.
2 receivers to the left. That's my bad. So we got pistol formation. They hand the ball off to the fullback, Reed. Reed finds some room to the outside. And Cole Reed gets a good gain of about 10 yards on the play for a Trojan. First down.
That was a really, really great run by Cole Reed. They all thought it was going to Fornwald in the backfield, and they were all keying on him. And Reed just took it from the fullback and took it for about 10 yards.
Cole Reed's a tank, too.
Yeah, he ran over some of those defenders.
So the Trojans pick up the first down, and they will start on the Camp Hill 48-yard line.
Looks like Uhler's in now, and Drake Lanker came off.
So now Cleveland's back in shotgun formation. He had his Reed behind him. 3 receivers to the right here. Looks like Cleveland's going to roll right, looking for some pass, and it's not there, and he looks to run the ball. Pickup of about 2 yards.
Yeah, I think it was supposed to be a pass play right there, but none of the receivers could get open.
Still nice gain of about 2 yards on the play by Cleveland.
Yeah, real nice game for the first down. Actually starting to move the ball right now.
Clock is still running. We got about 3:25 left here in the first quarter. So Drake Lanker comes out to the left, Miller comes to the right, and pistol formation here by Upperdoff, and Cameron Fornwald in the backfield, and Cole Reed to Cleveland's right. Cleveland takes the snap. It's a play-action pass. Overthrows Ethan Shell and intercepted by Camp Hill. And Camp Hill brings the ball about 5 yards interception, and another turnover there by the Trojans.
Yeah, that was a interception by Michael Hope, number 25. He's a senior, 6'1", 205 pounds.
And yeah, Trojans with turnovers are gonna kill them. They gotta protect the ball.
I think Ethan Shell was open there, but they weren't on the same page. Ethan Shell just missed the ball and right through their defense.
That Camp Hill defense, very aggressive, right off the line of scrimmage.
Yes, they are. Their defensive backs are really good at getting holds on the Trojans.
So Camp Hill lines up with 4 receivers and shotgun formation with 1 running back. Looks like they're going to throw the ball yet again, Kalen.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Schuster takes the snap. He's rolling left, looking for some room. Finds Williams out to the left. Williams makes a good catch for about 3 yards.
That was a real nice tackle by Tanner Miller right there. Looks like Trojans they were pushing up pretty good. He got a pretty good pocket there.
Secondary must have had good coverage there.
Yeah, Schuster had nowhere to throw.
Camp Hill looks like they're going to go with the hurry-up offense, no huddle. Pistol formation, 2 receivers to the right.
I think they'll run the ball right here.
Trojans go with 3 guys on the line. Cole Zimmerman, Dakota Weist. Looks like Ethan Shell. Schuster takes the snap, hands it to the fullback. Fullback finds a hole. He's going down the sideline. Missed tackles, and fullback gets about a 20-yard gain down to the Trojan 30.
Yeah, Kyle Rimming he's pretty fast for a fullback, I'd say.
Carried the load, broke a tackle, and picked up about 20 yards. Moved the chains here. 2:19 left in the first quarter.
Looks like that Trojan defense has having trouble stopping Camp Hill offense.
Camp Hill offense rolling early here. They're going to go pistol formation. 1 receiver to the right and 1 to the left. Williams in the backfield. Schuster takes the snap. It's a pitch to the right to Williams. He's going to look for a block. He cuts back inside. Williams breaks a few tackles and picks up about 7 or 8 yards.
He's a very fast running back. Got off the blocks pretty fast.
So Williams picks up a good gain, and now Camp Hill is going to take over from about the Trojans' 24-yard line. Second down here.
Trojans need to stop.
Shotgun formation from Camp Hill. Schuster takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Williams. He rolls out to his left. He's looking for some room. Finds a receiver downfield. Good tackle there made by Tanner Miller, but picks up a Camp Hill first down, moves the chains.
Yeah, that was a real good catch by number 20, Deshaun Franklin. He's one of their key players for Camp Hill this year.
Camp Hill just throwing the ball all over the place wherever they want to tonight.
Yeah, they're running pretty good too.
That no-huddle offense, now they're going to go single shotgun formation yet again. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Schuster takes the snap. He's looking right. Pass is overthrown. Good coverage there by the Trojans.
Yeah, that was real good. That was a real good almost sack there by Jackson Kennerly. He got to the quarterback pretty fast.
Logan Valetti was the intended receiver. So we got about a minute left here in the first quarter, and Camp Hill is going to have a third down and about 10 yards to go. Second down. On the Trojan 12, pistol formation.
I think they'll run the ball here.
Schuster takes the snap, hands it off to the fullback again. That time picked up nicely by the Trojan defensive line. No gain on the play.
Yeah, it was a real good tackle by Dakota Weiss and Cole Reed right there. Both captains leading the defense this season.
Both seniors on the team.
This hasn't been really a whole lot that the Camp Hill has been third down.
Third down and 8 here from the Trojan 10. 40 seconds left in the first quarter. And Camp Hill lining up in that single shotgun formation yet again.
Yeah, they've been running a lot of single shot formation. 5 receivers.
Schuster has the ability to throw a nice ball, too.
Yeah, I think they will run a couple slants right here.
Schuster takes the snap, and wide open in the end zone there is Deshaun Franklin, number 20. Right over the top, just floated the ball in there, and Camp Hill now leads 19-0 here with 19 seconds left in the first quarter.
Looks like he faked out the cornerback that was on him pretty good.
Trojans are going to need to pick it up here. Camp Hill offense having their way with them.
Yeah, they're really running it down their throats right now.
So Camp Hill's going to line up to take the extra point here.
Looks like Alex Gallier will take the kick.
Missed his last extra point attempt.
Yeah, I was surprised. He's a pretty good kicker.
Ball snapped, and ball goes right through the uprights, and it is good. 20-0 here. Camp Hill leads early with 19 seconds left in the first quarter. And we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back. And we're back from the Trojan Sports Network here. Camp Hill leading early 20-0 with 19 seconds left in the first quarter. Trojans will be back to receive for the 4th time as Camp Hill has scored 3 times, Kalen.
Yeah, it's really surprising. I thought the Trojans' offense and defense, especially looking after their first scrimmage, would do pretty good.
So the Trojans will be back to receive. They have Uller and Miller back there deep.
Alex Gallier take the kick again.
And it looks like Alex Uller will take the kick. Gets it at the goal line, and he's bring it out. He's looking for some blocks and is met at about the Trojan 25-yard line. So good run out there by Alex.
Yeah, that was a real great run by Alex Uller to get out to the 25 after starting at the 0.
Let's see if the Trojan offense can get something clicking here. They had a nice drive going down to about the 30-yard line until Camp Hill had an interception.
Yeah, I think this drive will be a lot more together on this one. Push the ball down, score a touchdown.
That Camp Hill defense doing a good job being really aggressive.
Yeah, they are. They're really, really aggressive defense.
So shotgun formation here for the Trojans as they have 3 receivers lined up to the right and Cole Reed in the backfield. Cleveland takes snap. He's rolling right, looking for a pass, and he's going to take it himself. Cleveland breaks a few tackles, and he picks up a gain of about 10 yards.
Yeah, all these quarterback sneaks, they're getting really, really good yardage.
That rollout opens up the inside, and Cleveland just finds the holes somehow.
Yeah, I think the Trojans are doing a real good job of running the ball outside more than running it inside.
So we have 4 seconds left here in the first quarter. This will likely be the last play. 1st and 10 from the Trojans' own 35. 3 receivers to the left. Cleveland takes a snap, and he's going to take it himself to the left. He's looking for some room. He scrambles, now throws the ball, just throws it away. Smart decision there by Cleveland. He wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, that was a really, really smart decision by Cleveland. He ran back a couple yards.
And that's the end of the first quarter here. Camp Hill up 20-0 early, and we're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. And we are back here at Trojan Sports Network. End of the first quarter. Camp Hill up 20-0, and the Trojans and Lions will switch sides of the field as the Trojans take over on offense here to start the first quarter. And tonight is actually a special night. It is Educators Night, as each senior gets to choose an educator in which inspired them the most. So the Trojans will have three receivers to the left, shotgun formation from Cleveland. He's going to take the snap, and he's going to run it himself for a gain of about 1 yard.
Yeah, I think Camp Hill's defense starting to figure out that they're getting their big games off the quarterback sneak and starting to pay more attention to Cleveland back there.
Trojans haven't thrown the ball in a while either.
Yeah, I'm really surprised. After their Week 2 scrimmage against Warrior Run defenders, they passed pretty much that game.
And Cleveland can throw the ball as well. He has that ability.
Yeah, he had that one interception, but it really wasn't his fault too much.
So 3rd and 9 here from the Trojan 32, and they're going to go the same formation. Ball snap. Cleveland's rolling out to his left, looking for someone to throw to, and he is brought down and fumbles the ball right at the Trojan 28, and Camp Hill recovers the ball at the Trojan 28. So a fumble there by Cleveland. Didn't know what hit him. Came from right from behind, looking to throw the ball, and he fumbles the ball, and the Lions will take over on the Trojan 28 with great field position.
Looked like the Trojan offense there let him run off the end, try to get Cleveland open on the other side. Looked like Bill Williams had the forced fumble on that one.
So Camp Hill taking over here with about 11 minutes and 11 seconds left in the second quarter.
Let's hope the Trojan defense can get a stop here. Haven't been able to, really.
Camp Hill going to go with that shotgun formation with Williams in the backfield. They have 4 receivers this time. Would you be surprised if they throw, Kalen?
I think they will.
And play action yet again. Schuster looking downfield. He's going deep over the middle. And that is caught there by number 21, Zachary Kuntz, for about a 30-yard touchdown. And the Trojan secondary, it's not looking too good here.
Yeah, but their quarterback, Michael Schuster, he has a real good arm for a high schooler.
Schuster does throw a beautiful ball.
Yeah, he was on the run on that one and threw a ball right over his back.
26-0 here to start up the second quarter. Camp Hill leads the Trojans.
Yeah, Camp Hill's been doing really good right now.
So they'll line up for the extra point here. Gallagher is 3 for 4 so far on extra points. The kick is up, and it is right through the uprights and good. So it's 27-0 here with about 11:03 left in the second quarter, and we'll be right back after a short break. And we're back here with Trojan Sports Network. Camp Hill leads the Trojans early 27-0 as the Trojans will be back to receive for the 5th time.
Let's see if the Trojans can break through on one of these. They have really good return so far.
And it looks like Miller will be back to receive this, and he gets it, and he's bringing it out. Miller gets to about the 27-yard line here, so the Trojans will take over from their own 27.
On every kickoff so far, it looks like Trojans' return team had got really good field position.
So quick recap for you. Camp Hill throwing the ball excellent. Schuster, 4-year starter now for Camp Hill.
Yeah, when they need to, they can run the ball pretty good too.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 28, 10:56 left in the second quarter. Looks like Drake Lanker is in a quarterback. And he'll have Cole Reed in the backfield. And Tanner Miller. Cameron Forwall now looks a little to the right. Drake takes the snap, and he's going to roll out to the right. He's looking for some room. Finds a little small hole, and he gains about 2 yards.
Yeah, that was a pretty good run right there. Pick up a couple yards. Starting to get the ball moving. Good things to start of the drive.
So Cleveland is back in now.
This Camp Hill team is really good. They're in the Mid-Penn Capital League.
Lanker will remain at quarterback, and Cleveland will be a receiver.
This is very interesting. They're changing it already in the second quarter.
So 3 receivers lined to the right here for Lanker. Cole Reed in the backfield. He takes the snap. He's looking to throw. Lanker throws over the middle. Fornwald was there, and it is picked off again by Camp Hill. He's returning it to about the 40-yard line. He switches ends of the field. There's the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Camp Hill. Pick 6.
Yeah, that was a real good pick by 25, Michael Hope.
Ball just kind of floated over the middle there. Fornwald was open.
Yeah, Fornwald was wide open in the middle. I think if he would have came to the ball a little bit, he would have caught that. But their Camp Hill defense really looking really good tonight.
Safety just read that perfectly and took it to the house. So it's 33-0 here, Camp Hill, with 10 minutes left in the second quarter. Camp Hill came ready to play.
Yes, they did. Looks like Camp Hill has been pretty good the last couple of seasons. They have a lot of starting players back this year, starting key players like the running back, quarterback, and wide receivers.
So the lineup here to take the extra point.
Alex Gallagher again kicked the point.
And the kick is up. And it is no good. Looked to be wide right yet again. Trojans catch another break. So it is 33-0 here with 10 minutes left in the second quarter. And we'll be right back. And we're back here. Took an early kickoff here, and the Trojans, Drake Lanker returns it out to the Camp Hill 45. So the Trojans get a good kick return here to start this, to start their drive.
Yeah, it looked like it wasn't a real good kick, but Drake Lanker definitely took that one. And he took that one pretty deep. It's about their Camp Hill's 45-yard line.
Looks like maybe it can spark the Trojans here because they need it.
Yeah, it looks like starting to get back some of the morale and pride.
So, upper Dauphin will line up here in the pistol formation. Receiver out to the right and receiver out to the left. Tanner Miller looks to be out to the left. Alex Luer to the right. Lanker hands the ball off. Fornwald takes the carry, picks up about 5 yards.
Yeah, it was a real nice job by Fornwald to get the carry. Real good blocking by the Trojans' offensive line right there.
Trojans' offense has been decent so far, picking up with the run game.
Looks like number 32, Coy Rickards, going in. We saw a lot of him in the scrimmage at fullback at week 2.
So the Trojans come from the huddle now. Lanker's still in at quarterback. Cleveland goes out to be a receiver, and Fornwall comes out to be a receiver. Looks like Rickert to Lanker's left and Reed behind Lanker. Reed takes the snap, and he finds a hole, and Reed gets up to about the Camp Hill 34.
Looks like close to a first down right here.
It's going to be about 2nd and 1 here, or 3rd and... Well, Cole Reed picked up the first down.
Yeah, that's a real good Trojan. I think Drake Linker's return sparked the Trojans' offense.
So 1st and 10 from the Camp Hill 33 here with 8:51 left in the second quarter.
Looks like they're trying the same formation with Coy Rickert and Cole Reed back there.
Lanker takes the snap, hands it off to Cole Reed, finds another nice hole. Cole Reed breaking some tackles, and Cole Reed getting about a 10-yard gain.
Yeah, looks to be like another first down again. Cole Reed getting really good carries right now.
Trojans running the ball effectively so far on this drive against the Camp Hill defense.
Yeah, I think the changes with Coy Rickert in there as fullback are really helping the Trojans with their blocking, getting Cole Reed some holes.
Trojans threatening to score here, as it is 1st and 10 from the Camp Hill 23. Same formation yet again.
Got to stick with what's working.
Lanker takes the snap. He's going to roll out to the right. He has some blockers. Lanker finds a hole. Lanker's going. He's at the 5. Lanker gets brought down at about the 5-yard line.
Yeah, that was a really good blocking right off the start from Coy Rickert and Cole Reed. They held their blocks and let Drake Lanker get around the edge.
Trojans running the ball very well, and they're threatening. They're inside the 10-yard line. 1st and 7.
All it takes is a little spark by Drake Lanker on the kick return.
1st and 7 from the 7. Pistol formation. Alex Uller to the right, Fornwald to the left. Lanker takes the snap, hands it off to Cole Reed. Cole Reed looking up the middle. Cole Reed carrying the pile for about a gain of 2 or 3 yards.
Looks like he'll be short about 2 or 3 yards here. Looks like their new formation is pretty effective right now.
2nd and goal from the Camp Hill 4. 7:20 left in the second quarter. Pistol formation again. Lanker still in a quarterback. Lanker takes the ball and gives it to Fornwald. Fornwald takes the carry for about a yard.
I think if he wouldn't have slipped up right there, they might have had a score.
I think regardless, Trojans got to go for it here, Callan.
Yeah,
if they get stopped here on 3rd down, I think they got to go for it.
Yeah, they can't mess around with the kicks. They're down 33 right now, so a score would really help them.
Especially soon going into halftime.
Yeah, about 6:40 left right now.
So Lanker will take the snap again. Pistol formation. This time the ball is going to be handed off to Cole Reed. Cole Reed carries the pile, reaches out, and is brought down at the goal line. Didn't look like he got in. Looked like the knee was down before he reached the ball out.
Looks like the refs are about a couple inches short of the end zone line right there.
So the Trojans are about 4th and inches here, right at the goal line.
I think they'll give the ball to Cole Reed right here. Punch it in. Looks like Coach Bell will take a timeout to talk to his team. This could be a real important touchdown right here.
And we're going to be right back with a short break with 5:59 left in the second quarter. And we're back here with the Trojan Sports Network. Trojans threatening to score here, 4th and inches. 5:59 left in the second quarter.
I think Coach Bell wanted to talk about this one. This could be a really important score to get the Trojans back in the thing.
Trojans are going to go with the I formation here. Lanker behind the ball. Rickard is the fullback and Reed is the running back. Lanker takes the snap, hands the ball off to Cole Reed. Cole Reed makes a cut, and he is into the end zone. Trojans' first score of the 2014 season.
Yeah, there's a real good score there by Cole Reed. Got some excellent blocking. Camp Hill knew it was coming to him.
Made a nice cut adjustment into the inside and got his way into the end zone.
All the Trojans needed was a spark by Drake Lanker on the kick return right there, and they got a pretty good drive going. Looks like they're getting the momentum back to sing things.
And it looks like they'll line up here, take the extra point. Trojans needed that spark. Soon halftime with 5:54 left in the second quarter.
Looks like Tanner Miller will take the kick with Drake Lanker being the holder.
Ball snap, the kick is up, and it is good. So the Trojans get 7 here. 5:54 left in the second quarter. Camp Hill leads 33-7. And we'll be back after a short break. And we're back from Veterans Memorial Field, Trojan Stadium, bringing you Camp Hill and Upper Dauphin. Camp Hill up early in the second quarter, 33-7. Trojans just coming off a nice run there by Cole Reed into the end zone.
Yep, all they need is that little spark, and they got a touchdown.
So the Trojans are going to line up to kick off, and back to receive for Camp Hill is Bill Williams.
Looks like Alex Uhler will take the kick, a former soccer player.
Alex Uhler to kick off for the Trojans. Williams back deep.
Nice kick there by Alex. Williams receives the ball. Williams comes out to about the 30-yard line, and he's finding some room. He's going down the sideline again, using that speed, and he's just gets down to the Trojan 45.
Yeah, Bill Williams has a lot of speed.
He's been tough to tackle here for the Trojans early on.
If he gets around the end like he has been doing a lot of the game, he's getting around there pretty fast and beating the Trojan defense.
There's a flag on the play. It looks like a hold on Camp Hill receiving the ball.
Well, that'll help the Trojans a lot with where they were spotted with the ball.
First penalty of the game here. 5:42 left in the second quarter.
Looks like the penalty will be 10 yards for when the foul happens.
So, first and 10 here from Camp Hill's 24. Camp Hill will come out here with two receivers to the right. Pistol formation. And another flag on the play.
I wonder what this is right here. Looks like it's against the Trojans.
Looks like too many. Oh, illegal substitution.
Looks like Jackson Kennerly came out there a little too fast.
So now it'll be first and 10 from the Camp Hill 29. Or first and 5 from the Camp Hill 29, excuse me. Ball snap, Schuster hands the ball off. Running back finds a nice hole, and he takes his load down there for about a 15-yard gain.
That was a real good run by Michael Hope, 6'1" senior.
Moves the chains here for Camp Hill, and they'll take over 1st and 10 from the 41.
Looks like Trojan defense has 3 on the line.
Shotgun formation here from Camp Hill. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. They're going to do a halfback draw, and the Trojan defensive line looks like they stopped him, but he broke some tackles, and he's carrying the load for about 12 yards.
Looks like Michael Hope's a real good player right now. He had that pick 6 right there, and he has a couple good runs and catches right about now.
Looks like the Trojan defensive line had him in the backfield for a loss, but he just came out of the pile and gained an extra 12 yards.
Yeah, the Trojan defense is looking to get a lot of good penetration, but just not coming up with a tackle.
So Camp Hill will go pistol formation this time. No, shotgun formation, excuse me. 2 receivers to the left, or 2 of the receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Ball snapped. Schuster looking left. Almost a one-handed grab there by Camp Hill. Nice coverage on the play by, looks like Cameron Fornwald.
Yeah, real nice coverage by Cameron Fornwald. I thought he looked like he was going to come down with that one-handed grab, which would have been a real Sports Center top 10 play.
Sports Center top 10 play. I was thinking the same thing.
Looks like 2nd down for the Camp Hill.
2nd and 10 here from the 46. 4:33 left in the 2nd quarter. Camp Hill leads Upper Dauphin 33-7. They'll come out in pistol formation. This time Bill Williams in the backfield. He's going to hand it off to Bill Williams. Williams is going to go up the middle, pick up about 5 yards.
Yeah, he looked like he had an opening right up the middle that time. I'm surprised they're actually not passing like they did the last couple of drives. They scored a lot of their touchdowns on some passes, if not all of them.
Schuster's been throwing some really nice balls.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're not using his arm right now.
It'll be 3rd and 5 from the Trojan 41.
Looks like 4:05 remaining, running clock.
2 receivers both sides. Shotgun formation. Schuster takes the snap. He's looking to pass. He's rolling out to his right. Schuster throws. Another catch there made by Camp Hill's Logan Valetti.
Yeah, he had a couple nice catches early in the game, and it's kind of been quiet to now.
Every Camp Hill receiver getting into the action tonight, whether it was Williams or Valetti.
Looked like that Trojan defense got a real good push and real close to sacking the quarterback. 2 or 3 players running after him.
There's a pickup of about 20 yards there. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the Trojan 13. Pistol formation again here for Camp Hill. Schuster pitches it left to Williams. Williams is going to the outside, cuts back inside. Williams is brought down there nicely at about the 8-yard line.
Looks like he was brought down by Cameron Fornwald and Dakota Weiss.
Matt Dietrich's helmet comes off, so he's going to have to come off the field, and Cody Zerby will replace him.
Let's see if Zerby can give them a good push they need. 3:15 left.
So it'll be 2nd and 6 from the Trojan 10. Shotgun formation here for Camp Hill. 2 receivers both sides. Williams comes in motion from the left. He lines up in the slot, and Schuster doesn't like what he sees, so he's going to take a quick timeout. So we're going to take a short break here. 2:58 left in the 2nd quarter. 33-7 Camp Hill on top. And we're back here from Veterans Memorial Field, Trojan Stadium. 2:58 left here to go in the second quarter. Camp Hill on top 33-7, and they're threatening. They have a 2nd and 6 here from the 10-yard line.
Looks like they might score again here. Let's hope the Trojan defense pulls something together and stop them.
So Schuster's going to be back in shotgun formation with Williams, and he has 2 receivers on both sides. Schuster takes the snap, and he's going to throw into the back of the end zone. And his receiver fell down. The ball was too deep anyway. It didn't look like it was going to be caught.
Looks like Tim Cleveland got tripped up there. I think if he wouldn't have got tripped up there, he would have been able to run back and get that interception.
So now it's going to be 3rd down and 6 for Camp Hill.
Not a lot of third downs for Camp Hill this evening.
And they're going to go the single shotgun formation with Schuster. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Williams in the slot on the left. Schuster takes the snap. He looks left, and he looks, and nice coverage there on the play by Cameron Fornwald. Deflects that pass from happening, or else it would have been another 6 for Camp Hill.
Yeah, he got a real good hand in on that one. The receiver he's guarding was a lot bigger than him on that play.
Fornwald is a scrappy cornerback and a good defender.
Yeah, he's a 4-yard starter at cornerback for Upper Dolphin Trojans.
So it looks like Camp Hill's going to attempt a field goal here. Trust their kicker, Gallagher.
Yeah, Gallagher got a real good foot, but a couple in the point after he hasn't been able to put through.
Looks like it'll be a 16-yard field goal. Ball snapped, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So Gallagher tacks on an extra 3 for Camp Hill. 36-7 here with 2:47 left in the second quarter. And we'll be back. We're gonna take a short break. And we're back here on the Trojan Sports Network. Camp Hill leads Upper Dolphin 36-7 with 2:47 left in the second quarter, and Camp Hill's going to kick off as they got a field goal their last drive. Tanner Miller back, and he receives the ball. He's going to bring it up. He gets to about the 25, and he's tripped up at about the 30-yard line. Trojans have been getting good returns out off the kickoffs.
Yeah, let's just hope something sparks them on this drive and they can score another touchdown here. Touchdown would be nice going into halftime right now from where they started.
So Upper Dolphin's going to take over 1st and 10 on their own 32.
2:41. Basically a 2-minute drill for the Trojans.
Aaron Cleveland is back in at quarterback now, as we saw Drake Lanker earlier.
Yeah, I'm real surprised. They had real good runs with Drake.
Cleveland takes a snap. He's rolling right, looks to throw, and completes the pass to Fornwald. It throws him off balance, and he gets taken back for about a loss of 1.
Yeah, he had almost a gain of 4 about there if he would have just fell over. But a little tripped up on his feet there.
Was in bounds, so the clock's going to still run. We got about 2:20 left.
Close to the 2-minute warning. This will probably be the last play before the 2-minute warning.
Loss of about 1 yard on the play, so it's 2nd and 11 here from the Trojan 31. Shotgun formation with 3 receivers to Cleveland's left. And he's going to roll left with Cole Reed in front of him. Cleveland going to cut inside, and he throws off balance intended for Tanner Miller. Got to the ground before Tanner even before it even had a chance to get to Tanner.
Yeah, it kind of looked like a quarterback sneak there, but then Aaron pulled up and tried to throw it to Miller, but Miller wasn't open.
Aaron under a lot of pressure there, had to get rid of it.
Yeah, the Camp Hill defense is pretty big out there compared to our Upper Dauphin Trojans.
So it'll be 3rd down and 11 here for Upper Dauphin. 1:55 left in the second quarter. Clock stopped because of the
Incomplete
pass. They're going to come out in the same formation. Cleveland takes a snap. He looks to throw, and he's going to scramble out to his left, looking for somebody, looking for a blocker, and he's just going to take it and go out of bounds. Maybe a 1 or 2 yard gain on the play, and then that'll force the Trojans to punt.
Yeah, 4th down. I'll be surprised if they go for it.
Got out of bounds. The clock stops at 1:47. Maybe giving Camp Hill enough time to get a quick touchdown or quick field goal.
Yeah, especially with their quarterback's big arm, Michael Schuster. They could really score a touchdown right here.
So Tanner Miller goes back to punt for Upper Dauphin. And for Camp Hill, back to receive Logan Valetti and Bill Williams.
Both very, very fast returners.
Miller gets the snap. Good punt from Tanner. Bounces at about the 38-yard line, and it's going to bounce to about the Camp Hill 36. So that's where Camp Hill will take over. They're going to take over from the 36. 1:37 left here in the second quarter. 36-7 Camp Hill. And we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back. And we're back here at Trojan Stadium. Camp Hill lining up the shotgun formation. Williams comes in motion, and they give the ball off to Williams, and he's finding another hole. And Williams breaks free, and he's at the 40, and he's brought down at the 40-yard line, looks like by Cole Reed. Camp Hill gets another nice run.
Looked like he kind of slipped up there, but Cole Reed be able to get the tackle.
Camp Hill started from their own 31 or 36-yard line, and now they're down to the Trojan 43.
First down for Camp Hill from the Trojan 43.
Stop. Oh, the running clock here with the 1:25.
They're going to go shotgun formation. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Schuster takes the snap, and he's looking left, and he throws over the top. Good coverage there by Cameron Fornwald, was somehow caught by the Camp Hill receiver in for the end and for the touchdown. It was great coverage by Fornwald.
Yeah, I can't even believe he got the ball. It looks like there's Schuster's hurt on the play out there, though. Looks like he got hit by Ethan Shell.
I don't know how in the world he caught that ball, Kalen.
Me neither. The Trojans had a lot of pressure on him right there.
Fornwald with the great coverage. Camp Hill finds the way to get into the end zone yet again. 40-yard touchdown pass for Schuster.
Yeah, it looked like Michael Hope was there on the catch. He is racking up his yards tonight.
So it's 42-7 here. Camp Hill going to line up to take the extra point. And the kick is up, and it's good. So 43-7 here, Camp Hill. 1:04 left to go in the second quarter. And
we're going to take a short break here and come back with the kickoff.
And we're back here from Trojan Stadium as Camp Hill just scored on a 40-yard touchdown pass by Schuster to Hope.
I don't think anybody right now can stop this Camp Hill offense. They're really rolling.
Having their way here with the Trojan defense. And it is 43-7. 1:04 left in the second quarter as Camp Hill's kicking off.
See if the Trojans can get a quick score here.
And it looks like Alex Uller will take the ball. He brings it out to the 20-yard line, and he's brought down at about the Trojan 23-yard line.
He started at the 5 there. Looked like he gained about 23 yards there.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the Trojan 28. 57 seconds left.
Let's hope the Trojans can get a score going in the halftime. Maybe motivate them.
Got some ground to cover, though. Their own 28.
They need a couple big plays, and I think they got one timeout left.
Looks like Fornwald will be back to take the snaps for the Trojans. He's going to go Wildcat. Miller comes in motion. Fornwald hands the ball off to Miller. Miller comes to the outside. He cuts back inside, finds a hole, and he gets brought down for about a 3-yard gain.
Yeah, that Wildcat worked okay there. Didn't work as good. Camp Hill Lions had a couple of their defenders way outside.
Looks like the Trojans are just going to run the clock here and go into halftime.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they'll be happy about this one.
Cleveland and Lanker come back out on the field. 30 seconds left here in the second quarter with the running clock.
Looks like about one more play.
Yep, about one more play.
I'm surprised they're not taking it down right here. Something bad happens, they can score. Camp Hill Lions can score right here.
And Fornwald back there with the Wildcat formation yet again. Miller's going to come in motion again, and they're going to fake the handoff, and Fornwald's going to go to the right, and he finds a small hole, breaks some tackles, and refuses to go down, and they finally bring him down for about a 3-yard gain. And that'll be the end of the first half here. Camp Hill up 43-7 on our Trojans.
Looks like we're going to take a quick break at halftime, and we'll be back with the second half.
And we're back here from Trojan Stadium. We're going to let you enjoy halftime with the Camp Hill Marching Band, and we'll be back with the second half.
Section leaders are Emily Moretz, Matthew Poglinsinski, Charles Derone, Sophia Leistra, Sam Gordon, Christina Kolstock, Rebecca Easton, Drew Tango, Aaron Spar, Krista Haas, Michael Reyes, and Emily Zerby. In addition to performing locally, the marching band has performed at festivals in Walt Disney World, Virginia Beach, Boston, Washington, D.C., and Toronto. The band is proud to have represented the Tournament of Bands, Chapter 6, during 24 of the last 26 years at the Atlantic Coast Championships. During each of the past 5 years, the band has achieved gold medal finalist status in Group 3 at the Atlantic Coast Championships. In 2010 and 2011, the band won the Tournament of Bands Chapter 6 Group 3 Open Championship. We also welcome a new director of instrumental music for the Camp Hill Middle and High Schools, Eric Palmquist. The staff and members of the band would like to express appreciation to our school district administration, the Lion Foundation, the Camp Hill Band Boosters Association for their continuing support and dedication throughout the 2013-14 school year. Please welcome the Camp Hill Senior High School Marching Band.
So it needs to be like right here, Joe. Like right there. I mean, like, am I good right here? He's not gonna be able to get ours. Oh yeah.
And we're back here from Trojan Stadium. Teams are just coming out of the locker rooms from halftime. And we're going to share some scores for you here around the league. Pine Grove and Northern Lebanon are Pine Grove and Northern Lebanon are tied 0-0. Tri-Valley and Millersburg. Tri-Valley leads Millersburg 13-7. Fairfield leads Newport 27-7. Line Mountain and Shamokin are tied at 0, and Schuylkill Valley and Susquehanna. Schuylkill Valley leads Susquehanna 21-0. Teams are getting ready to take the field here and warm up. Camp Hill is up 43-7. And Camp Hill really dominated the Trojans there in the first half, Casey.
Yeah, the offense was unstoppable.
I'm joined here by Casey Wise. Takes over for Kalen Rigner. Camp Hill had 269 yards total in the first half, and Schuster with 4 touchdown passes. The Lions D and special teams also had scores too. Schuster really having his way, throwing the ball whenever he wanted to whoever he wanted to.
Yeah, that's right.
Bill Williams, a lethal offensive weapon, as long as Logan Valetti and Michael Hope all chipping in.
When Schuster throws, I mean, our defense isn't stopping the ball very well. Our secondary needs to step up a little bit.
Trojans just, at this point, down 43-7, need to come out and build some confidence. Going into next week.
Yeah, Tri-Valley.
Going up to Tri-Valley, where they start league play. All right. While they're waiting to begin the second half, we have a special program here. We want to show on our own Tanner Miller. And we're back. Great story there on Tanner Miller, and congratulations and what an honor to represent Upper Dauphin. We're ready. We're soon ready here to start the second half. Camp Hill leads 43-7. See if Upper Dauphin can pick up some ground here. They'll be kicking off as Camp Hill deferred in the first half.
We need a momentum swing here right off the bat.
Agreed. The momentum has been all Camp Hill so far.
Oh, yeah, with the couple picks that they've had and that punt return.
I wonder what Coach Bell said to the team at halftime in the locker room.
Camp Hill's offense is living up to its name right now. They're supposed to be one of the best in their league this year, and they're showing it tonight.
In Upper Dolphins district yet, too. Trojans get an early district test here to start off the season. And it looks like we're going to be ready for kickoff here. Camp Hill back to receive. Bill Williams back there for him. And it looks like Alex Uller will be taking the kick for Upper Dolphin.
He had a couple good kicks already tonight.
And Uller kicks off. Looks like it's a squib kick. Picked up there by Camp Hill. Brought out, breaking some tackles. Now he's going down the sideline. Gets out to the to the Camp Hill 47-yard line.
Looks like he was stood up there by Cole Reed for the finisher.
So Camp Hill is going to take over on about their own 47-yard line. See if the Trojan defense can get an early stop and spark the offense.
Yeah, they are going to need it. We got a big margin to come back on.
So it's 1st and 10 from the 48. Camp Hill lines up in a pistol formation, 2 receivers to the left. Schuster takes the snap. Play action, he's looking to his right. Finds a receiver out to his right, and then tackle is made there by Drake Lanker around the Trojan 40-yard line.
Our defense bit a little bit, giving them just the outside for him to make that quick pass.
Nice catch there by the fullback Kyle Remig.
Drake Lanker just gave him enough to get him out of bounds.
So we have a pistol formation here for Camp Hill, 2 receivers to the left. Williams takes the handoff, and he's going to his left. He's juking out, trying to find something, but the Trojan defensive line right there to stop him. No gain on the play for Williams. Nice job there.
The D-line just strung it out just far enough for everybody to swarm and make a play. That was nice.
We want to give a special shout-out to one of the Trojans' own running backs last season, who is now up at King's College playing football up there, Trey Campbell. Tuned into Trojan Network.
Trey's calling me. Look what he said.
So they got shotgun formation here. 2 receivers to both sides. Handoff to Williams up the middle. He finds a hole, but he gets tripped up there by Cole Reed. Cole Reed fired up about that tackle, but still a pickup of about 7 yards there from Williams.
Yeah, their offensive line split the gap just enough for him to shoot up the middle. Stopped by Cole Reed just enough to bring him down.
Williams looked like he had some running room there too.
Yeah, if it wouldn't have been for Cole Reed grabbing at the ankle, he might have had a couple more.
Second half here could go much quicker because of the mercy rule. So Schuster fakes the handoff. He's rolling out to his right, looking for someone to throw to. Finds a receiver down the middle. Oh, dropped. Deshaun Franklin dropped the ball over the middle, right in his hands. Just couldn't come up with it, and then a big hit there by it looked like Tanner Miller.
Ethan Shell was putting on some pressure on the quarterback there, but he found that open receiver just enough time, but receiver couldn't bring it in. Good hit there by Tanner Miller, though.
Good hit there, yes.
Show him who's there.
So Camp Hill's going to go with their single shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Upper Dolphin's going to have 3 on the line. Schuster takes the snap, completes the pass out there to Michael Hope. Picked up the first down there for Camp Hill, about a 7-yard gain or so. Way to keep him from getting a nice run there after the catch. Cornerback out there. Clock running now, 8:15 left in the third quarter. Camp Hill will have 1st and 10. Schuster back, throws a deep ball there. Another catch by the Camp Hill receiver, Zachary Kuntz, down to the Trojan 7-yard line.
They can run flags out there all day with him being 6'7" out there. He's making our 6'2" Tim Cleveland look short out there. 21 Zachary Kuntz, 6'7", 196 pounds.
Camp Hill does have some athletes.
Yes, they do.
They're going to go that same single shotgun formation. 1st and 9. 1st and goal. Schuster rolls out to his left, getting chased there by Dietrich. Schuster finding some room. He's going to take it himself, and he gets into the end zone. 9-yard touchdown run there by Michael Schuster.
Man, we had good pursuit, but we couldn't finish the play. Gave up so much room there once they broke outside.
Trojan defensive line got great penetration there. Chase Schuster made him use his feet to get into the end zone and had a wide open lane.
Our ends need to contain better and have somebody come up and fill when he cuts back inside.
So Camp Hill will line up for the extra point here. 49-7 now the score with 7:23 left in the third quarter.
Couple quick changes and we could have some good defensive stops here.
Ball snap, kick is up, and it is good. So Camp Hill now leads the Upper Dauphin 50-7 here. 7:23 left in the third quarter. And we are going to take a short break, and we'll be right back. And we're back on Trojan Sports Network. Camp Hill looking to kick off here after the last touchdown run by Schuster. Tanner Miller and Alex Uller back to receive. Looks like it's going to be a shorter kick. Jackson Kennerly went back. Miller actually ends up with the ball, and he's going to run it out. And he breaks a tackle, gets to the outside, cuts back inside, but gets brought down at the Trojan 20-yard line.
Yeah, had a couple nice ones last year. He's bringing the ball up not too bad. That last return by Drake Lanker was a good one.
Trojans' kickoff returns all night have been decent. They've gotten out to 20, 25, 30-yard line.
And we need to just put our heads down and just run at this point. We got to get something going.
Get something going, especially get some confidence back for next week.
Go ahead.
So we got 50-7 here. 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. 6:40 left in the third quarter. Quarter's going slower here. Running clock. Pistol formation, Lanker's in a quarterback. He gives the ball off to Reed. Reed finds a nice hole, and he's carrying the pile for about a gain of 6 yards.
When Cole gets the ball, you know you're going to get a couple yards. They just need to start feeding him the ball more. We try to do these passes. We just break it up a little bit with Cole run, Cameron to run, somebody. We need to just generate some yards.
So Upper Dauphin will have Cameron Fornwald out on the right side and Tanner Miller out on the left side. Pistol formation. Rickard is the fullback. Reed is the running back. Lanker takes the snap, and he hands it off to Reed again. Reed finds a nice hole. Reed gets a nice run for him. He's at midfield. He's stiff and arm, kids, and he is down to the Camp Hill 45. Nice run there by Cole Reed for about 20 yards.
Cole Reed, he's an animal. That stiff arm just about broke that one kid's neck. Gets a good push by the line, too. I mean, if you give him a hole, he's going to make something out of it.
Looks like the Trojan offense generating something here with Reed. And they're going to go the same formation. This time Uller in for Lanker. Lanker takes a snap. They're going to hand the ball off to Reed on the left side again. Reed finds another hole. Reed keeps going. He bounces off some tackles. And Reed is brought down at the Camp Hill 22-yard line. Another nice 15 to 20-yard run by Cole Reed.
That line's pushing. When he gets the ball, they go to get a good push. He makes a couple plays himself, and he's good 10 yards of a play every time.
Trojan offense starting to find some rhythm here.
That's what we need. Get a couple yards here, chew up some time ourselves. I mean, we need all the time we can get to make this comeback, but we're doing good right now.
So Trojans will be 1st and 10 from the Camp Hill 23. 4:45 left in the third. Looks like we have a penalty here. Looks like Shell jumped false. It looks like it was a false start on Shell there quick. And that's what it was. So the Trojans will move back 5 yards. That's what false start on Ethan Shell, the tight end.
Penalties will kill you, especially on offense when you just you get a good run, and then you have to bring it back a little bit.
So the Trojans will go with the pistol formation yet again with Reed in the backfield. And the handoff is to Reed. Reed finds another nice hole and picks up about 3 yards.
I think he was down there before that ball popped out. Yeah, they're going to give it to us.
Yeah, they're going to get. So another nice 3-yard run there by Cole Reed. Looks like Camp Hill might be starting to figure out that the ball's coming to Cole Reed.
They're going to, I mean, that's what we got right now. Until we get something going with our pass game, Cole Reed's what we got right now.
And Lanker is in at quarterback. It is not Cleveland.
They're both going to have to get used to this varsity experience. 2 young kids playing.
Both juniors.
Yeah, juniors that haven't played much quarterback time. They split at JV last year.
So Lanker will take the run this time. Drake Lanker took the ball this time and got a nice 15-yard run to the right-hand side. Got some nice blocks downfield, and it brings it to about the Camp Hill's 7-yard line.
Lanker's showing himself here with the run. He's been really being effective running the ball himself. Getting a good mix of between him and Cole Reed getting the ball.
So the Trojans will take over 1st and 10 from the Camp Hill 10. 3 minutes left. Pistol formation again. Lanker takes the ball. He hands it off to Reed. Reed finds another nice hole. Reed goes up the middle. And Reed goes into the end zone for the Trojan touchdown. Cole Reed going into the end zone from 10 yards out, and that'll give the Trojans their 2nd score of the night.
Looks like we got that, made a good run, chewed some time up. Cole Reed just taking the ball by himself again. Good push by his line. I mean, you got to give it to everybody on the team there.
Trojan offense great on that drive. Moved the ball right down the field, especially with the run game. And now they're going to line up for the extra point here. Miller will take it.
He's been pretty good so far today.
And the kick is up, and it is through the uprights and good. So it is 50-14 here with 2:47 left in the third quarter. And we're going to be back. We'll be back in a little bit, and we're going to take a short break. And we're back with the Trojan News Network after the Trojan touchdown run by Cole Reed for 10 yards. Trojans get a spark, and it is now 50-14 here. Trojans will kick off the Camp Hill. That last drive, though, Trojans got great runs from Cole Reed. And Drake Lanker contributed with some nice quarterback sneaks.
Yes, he did. Good push by the O-line, too. We really needed that.
It helps when your offensive line is doing very well.
Yeah, you won't be able to accomplish anything on the offensive side if you can't get a good push by your line.
And establishing the run game, now they can maybe throw a few passes in there.
Yeah, if we mix in a couple passes, just get the defense off balance. I mean, we can't keep running now. They're going to pick up on that, too. But just get a couple passes in there, and that'll really change up this game.
So the Trojans will kick off here. Nice kick. And it looks like Bill Williams will return it from about the 10-yard line. He's going to bring it out with speed, but he is met by the Trojan defense.
Good.
About 5 kids tackled him and brought him down at the 20-yard line.
That's what we need right now. We got the whole defense pumped up there. Everybody was swarming to him. He wasn't getting out of that time.
And that's what an offensive score will do for you, too. It'll pump up your defense, get your whole team motivated, see if they can get something going.
Especially coming out of halftime. We got that pumped up. We got to keep that alive. We got to keep it up on defense now, too. We can't leave up something big.
Tough test, though, for the Trojans week 1. We always know Camp Hill's going to bring something to the table.
Always. Got so many threats on that team, especially offensively.
So Camp Hill comes out in the shotgun formation here. 2 receivers to the right. And they hand the ball off. Looks like Benjamin Geyer is the running back now for Camp Hill. He gets a gain of about a yard. Ethan Shell with the stop.
That was good defensive end play there, keeping him inside, knocking him down, not letting him outside, keeping the contain. Wasn't getting anywhere.
And Camp Hill puts their backup quarterback in now, Quinn Buffington, who's a freshman. Looks like Schuster's done for the night.
He's made his mark on this game now.
Don't want to try anything risky. So Camp Hill's going to line up shotgun formation, 2 receivers to both sides. Buffington takes the snap and he hands it off. This time the Trojans defensive line gets him for a loss of about 3 yards.
Looks like linebacker Cole Reed blitz there, stopping him at the line, just then knocking him backwards. He wasn't getting anywhere.
This Trojan defense, they may be able to put some points on the board if their defense keeps it up like this.
Yeah, it looks like Camp Hill's running the ball more to run out the clock, too. When you get runs all the time, it's just going to chew up the clock like we did on our drive.
With 50 seconds left here in the third quarter, Camp Hill has a 3rd down and 14 from their own 21.
Let's get another stop here. Change of direction.
Shotgun formation, 5 receivers for Camp Hill. Buffington takes the snap. He's rolling out to his left. And he breaks around the edge, finds a receiver. Looks like it was incomplete, out of bounds. Didn't really go anywhere with that one. So Camp Hill looks like they'll be forced to punt.
That was a good rush there on the inside. Again, we just couldn't contain that outside. We keep giving it away just a little bit. Those ends bite just a little too hard.
Looks like Jackson Kennerly got the penetration and got through to the quarterback and made him roll to the outside.
Hey, we're giving him pressure now. We're getting good pressure in there. Just need to execute the play then.
So it'll be 4th and 14 from Camp Hill zone 21, and they will indeed punt. We have Tanner Miller back to receive. And that will be the end of the third quarter, actually, with a score of 50-14 Camp Hill. And we are going to take a short break, and we'll be back. And we're back live from Trojan Stadium as Upper Dauphin got a stop there on defense and forced Camp Hill to punt. Score still 50-14 here and as the start of the fourth quarter.
Looks like Upper Dauphin's going to get the ball around the 50. See how far Tanner can return it back.
Oh! Botched punt there by the punter, and the Trojans look like they're going to take over from the Camp Hill 15-yard line. They get a break.
That's a big momentum swing right there. If we can punch it in real quick and then get the ball back.
Huge break for the Trojans, because the punter just didn't look like he dropped the ball.
Looking ahead to make the punt instead of thinking about catching the ball.
So the Trojans will take over from about the Camp Hill 9-10 yard line. Running clock here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, we got the mercy rule. Clock won't stop.
It'll be the pistol formation here. Cleveland is back in at quarterback. And he takes the snap and he gives the ball to Reed. Reed gets a nice run and he's carrying the tackler. And Reed gets down near the goal line.
That was a good run there by Cole Reed, showing his muscle there. Dragging about 2 kids behind him for at least 5 yards.
The second half has been all Cole Reed for the Trojans, just carrying the load, whether it's on the ground with blocking, whatever it may be, on defense with the tackles. So the Trojans come out of the huddle here. It'll be 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. They're going to go that pistol formation yet again. Tanner Miller to the right. Cleveland takes a snap, handoff to Cole Reed. Cole Reed goes up the middle, and he is in the end zone for another touchdown.
You just got to give him the ball. I mean, he's going to get at least a couple yards every play, especially when the line gives a good push. Fullback coming through, knocking at least one guy out of the way. That's all you need when you're so close.
Cole Reed putting some points on the board here for the Trojans in the second half. They have come out and run the ball effectively.
Yes, they have. Need another good stop on defense.
Tanner Miller will line up to take the extra point. And kick is up. And it is good right through the uprights. So the Trojans get a touchdown there from Cole Reed. And the score is now 50-21 with 10:36 left here in the fourth quarter.
Miller's 3 for 3 tonight on field goals. It's keeping us.
So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. And we're back on Trojan Sports Network here after Cole Reed punched in yet another touchdown for the Trojans. Scores 50-21 Camp Hill, and the Trojans are going to kick off here.
Let's see if we can get another break. We only have 10 minutes and 36 seconds left in this fourth quarter.
Alex Uller, it looks like they're going to try an onside kick. Bobbled there by Camp Hill, but recovered on the ground easily there at about the Camp Hill 44-yard line. So the Trojans come out with a quick onside try.
Didn't get it. Gave the Camp Hill good offensive down.
Camp Hill could have expected that there. I mean, Trojans down by 29 points.
We needed to do something. We didn't get it, but, I mean, you got to gamble at this point.
Trojans have nothing to lose. I mean, pressure right now is on Camp Hill to keep the game going and not give any stupid or make any stupid plays. So Camp Hill comes out of the huddle, starting at their own 42-yard line.
Oh.
Football has just come into the booth, thrown from the cheerleaders.
They got some arms down there.
Yeah, they do. So Camp Hill will come out here in the pistol formation, 2 receivers to the right. And the ball snap, pitched to the left-hand side, cut back in for it looks like a loss of about 1 by that Benjamin Geyer.
Defensive ends keeping him in, pushing him back, and the offensive line's just swarming right behind him.
Geyer is a 5'10 sophomore. Camp Hill's running backs not very big. Geyer's 5'10 and Williams is 5'5.
5'5 and 185 pounds.
Yeah, he is a tank. So it'll be 2nd and 14 here from the Camp Hill's own 38-yard line with 8:50 left here in the fourth quarter. Pistol formation. Looks like Camp Hill has 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Buffington takes the snap. Another pitch to the right to Geyer. Geyer cutting back in the inside, and that time he gets a nice gain of about 5 yards.
Yeah, we had a 4-2 set up there on the defensive side with a blitz coming up the middle. Wasn't at the right spot for that play. Still brought him down in a decent amount of yards.
Big 3rd down here for the Trojan defense. If they can get a stop and force Camp Hill to punt, they can go down the field and get another score quickly.
I think at this point they're going to look to run the ball with that young quarterback in.
Yep. Mistakes will kill you at this point. Well, it looks like they're going to go shotgun formation. So Buffington takes it, and he looks to throw, and the ball is thrown behind number 7, Benjamin Geyer. Nice tackle made there by Tanner Miller. So it looks like it'll force the Lions to punt. Nice defensive execution there from the Trojans. And we have an updated score for you on the Tri-Valley-Millersburg game. Tri-Valley leads Millersburg 19-7.
Wasn't a bad throw by the young quarterback. Just a little too high for the receiver, though.
A little behind him as well.
Yeah. Couple years by the time he's a senior, he might not be too bad.
Especially with Schuster being a senior this year.
Is he a lefty, too? I think he was throwing left-handed.
Buffington's lefty. So Tanner Miller back to receive the punt at about the Trojan 25. Looks like they're just going to milk the clock here. Ball snapped. Punt there. Bounce. And it'll get down, and Camp Hill will touch it up at about the Trojan 28-yard line. So the Trojan will take over at about the 28-yard line with 6:30 left here in the fourth quarter. 50-21 Camp Hill. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back. As we come back, Fornwall just had a nice 10-yard run there and picks up a first down for the Trojans. So now they're 1st and 10 from the 38. Cleveland hands the ball off to Fornwall again, and he's stopped in the backfield for a loss of 2.
Looks like our line had some good pushes, but some just looks like they just went right down the field without blocking some guys.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 now from the 38. 5 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Looks like the Trojans are just going to milk some clock here.
Yeah, we only got 4 minutes and 50 seconds left. I don't think we have time to make up the deficit here.
At this point, you just got to see what works maybe for next week. You know, try and run some plays that you wouldn't normally run in normal situations. see if anything surprises Camp Hill's defense that maybe they could use against Tri-Valley next week.
Gamble a little bit.
Pistol formation here. Cleveland fakes the handoff, and he's going to go deep. Tanner Miller gets down the sideline, and he makes the catch. And Tanner Miller gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Cleveland with a beautifully thrown ball. About 60-yard touchdown pass from Cleveland.
That was about 40 yards.
Beautifully thrown ball from Cleveland.
Led Tanner Miller perfectly.
Yeah. Tanner Miller with that speed just beat his guy one-on-one down the sideline. Got separation and just went into the end zone.
Cleveland saw it, took advantage of it.
Nicely thrown ball.
You got to give Miller looks out there with his speed. If you tell there's a mismatch out there, you got to hit him.
And Miller will line up to take the extra point.
See if he can go 4 for 4.
The extra point is up, and is no good. Looked like it'd be about wide right.
Yeah, it looked a little bit to the right there.
So with 4:26 left here in the fourth quarter, Camp Hill leads Upper Dauphin 50-27. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back. And we're back on Trojan Sports Network here after the beautifully thrown 60-yard touchdown pass from Aaron Cleveland to Tanner Miller. Gives the Trojans their 27th point of the game. And the Trojans are going to kick off here to the Lions. Looks like an onside kick again. The Lions fumbled the ball, and there's a pile out there around the 42-yard line.
I think the Lions came down with it.
I think the Lions did recover that, but you never know. And they did indeed recover that, so the Lions will take over at their own 42-yard line.
I think at this point we need to start putting in some subs, get our main starters out so we can save them for next week.
Also gives the younger guys experience too, coming into a game like this.
You need some kids getting in there and feel this experience, because when you go from JV to varsity, it's not the same.
It's huge. It's a huge transition compared to playing on those under the Friday night lights, rather than Monday nights.
All the environment is so different.
Yeah.
Might get 50 fans in the field in the bleachers on a Monday night game when you get hundreds for a Friday night game.
So 3:35 left here in the fourth quarter. Camp Hill leads Upper Dauphin 50-27. They'll take over 1st and 10 from their own 43. Ball snap. They're going to pitch it to the left to Geyer. Geyer looking to the outside for some room, and the Trojan defensive line right there to stop him. No gain on the play.
That was a big hit by Ethan Shell and Tanner Miller. Could hear the helmet crack from up here.
Trojan defensive line has been getting great penetration this half, but Camp Hill's offense hasn't been able to do much.
Ethan Shell's been doing very well containing the outside. He hasn't given up much to his side. Squeezing everything back up the middle for the rest of the guys to make some plays.
Camp Hill taking some time here in the huddle. In no hurry at all, with no good reason. They're just going to milk the clock. Looks like Buffington's back in single shotgun formation. They got 5 receivers. Looks like they're maybe trying some plays here.
Give him some experience with throwing.
He's going to look to throw. He throws over the top. Peyton Barge tipped that with his left hand. Almost came up with an interception there.
Looks like they have some young receivers in there too. He was just running his route. He wasn't looking for the ball. It might have been there if he would have turned back.
Simple miscommunication.
Happens with young players.
Yep. They'll learn from experience.
Our starters are still in the game.
So it looks like Camp Hill takes a quick timeout, and we will as well. We'll be back in a little bit.
Goodness.
And we are back here at Trojan Sports Network. On the 3rd and 15 there, Buffington got hit very hard and just threw the ball, trying to get rid of it. It was my mistake. That was a Trojan timeout. It was not a Lion timeout. It was a Trojan timeout. Their third of the game.
Corey Rickard and Evan Miller lit him up that play. He didn't have much time to throw that ball.
No, he got hammered right in the ribs.
Corey Rickard's a big kid, too.
Yes, he is.
That hurt.
So the clock is stopped with 1:59 here in the fourth quarter. It's really been all Camp Hill, but the Trojans have sparked this second half.
Yeah, second half, Trojans really something. Hit him in the locker room. Coach Bell must have gave him a good speech. Got him fired up.
And it's always good to be a second half team, too. I mean, you want to be good in both halves, but especially the second half, because that's when late things can spark. Mistakes can be made by the other team, and you can get something going.
Yeah, the team in the lead might get a little relaxed going into the second half if they think they got the lead. Good time for the underdogs to come back.
So a look ahead at the Trojans' schedule. They will be at Tri-Valley next week, followed by at Halifax, and then we will be back in 3 weeks for their home game against Williams Valley, which will be a very big game. Big rivalry between us and Williams Valley. Oh, they fake the punt, and they throw to Bill Williams on the outside, and Williams stays in bounds and gets the first down.
That was a good play.
4th and 15, Camp Hill faked the punt, and they converted on the pass. Williams almost went out of bounds right before the first down marker, but he stayed in just enough to get the first down.
I don't understand that play. I mean, there's still a game going on, but Camp Hill's already winning by 23 points.
No need to fake the punt there.
We have had our starters in the entire game, though, so
yes,
they might be getting a little upset about that.
So there's now a running clock. 1:15 left here in the fourth quarter. 1st and 10 from the Trojan 47. Buffington, it looks like Camp Hill's just going to take a knee here.
There's
Victory
only a minute
formation.
left.
Milking the clock here, 50 seconds left. Buffington takes a knee, and they're just going to run the clock out. So Camp Hill comes up to Upper Dauphin and beats them pretty handedly, 50-27. But the Trojans did have a nice second half on a positive note.
Yeah, they ended strong. Got to give them that.
Rather end strong than not end strong. So Camp Hill will take another knee. And that'll do it. The Trojan Sports Network is proud to present various events this fall season. Check out our full schedule online at udasports.org. Our next football broadcast will be in 3 weeks at home against Williams Valley. So it's been a pleasure bringing to you the inaugural broadcast of the Trojan Sports Network. We hope you'll tune in again on date when the Trojans will take on the Vikings. If you can't make it to the games, we hope you will get online and go to the udasports.org website for the live stream of the remaining games this season. Thanks for listening. This is the Trojan Sports Network.